Hey guys, welcome to another one of my videos, and today I'm going to be doing a in-depth video about all the weird paranormal stuff that's been going on at my apartment. Well, our apartment. Yeah, so, and this is my girl, and this is her skull dog. Name reveal or a later time. And
she is not finished yet.
No, she's not done yet. So, because I'm working on the suit head, so. We are working on the suit head. We are working on the suit head. We. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways. So yeah. Paranormal stuff happened about a couple of weeks ago. And
almost a month ago.
Yeah, about a month ago. And weird stuff has been going on like before that, but I don't really count that because I don't know what it was. The first paranormal activity that really did happen was like vodka glasses, because I have roommates that drink. They have it on the fridge, and they had it on the fridge, and I remember one night nobody was home, and then for some reason they got knocked to the ground. The cats were in the other room. They were nowhere near that accident, and that was the first couple of months whenever I moved in to this apartment. So I just counted that as a weird coincidence. And then a weird clawing mark on the door one time. And that was about it. And then a month ago, it got really weird and freaky. So, yeah, we're going to go into in-depth of what's been going on and details of what happened. And no, none of this is made up. It's not made up at all. No, and we just bought cameras so that we can try to record some of the stuff and actually show you guys. And half the time whenever I reach for my phone camera, it usually stops.
Yeah, which is really weird because there's times where I've tried to record it and we got nothing, and yet after we're done, 5 minutes later it does something.
It'll start again, yeah, because it's almost as if it knows we're about to record, and it's so weird.
Well, it knows we're trying to catch it.
Yeah.
But also, hopefully we'll have that set up tonight. Because literally last night it was doing stuff and I was like, nope, I'm going to sleep. I'm not doing this.
Yeah. So.
But it's been doing stuff during the day now too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing is really trying to test with us now. Yeah.
So, anyways, guys. So I will describe real quick to you guys. This is my fiance. That's who this is. Real quick.
I'm gonna bite him.
So, real quick, I'm gonna be going over a few things. So, this happened about a month ago, and it started whenever the TV. So, what happened first? I'd
say the first thing was when I told you, it's like, we turned off the TV before I took him to work, right?
Yeah. So
he turned it off. I watched him turn it off, and it powered down.
Yeah.
I come back. I open the door, there's a white flash. I'm like, okay, what's on? The TV turned back on automatically. The remote is nowhere to be found. It's on the bed. I didn't step on it. I didn't do anything with it. And I know he turned it off. It was on home screen.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing. I literally called him and asked him, hey, didn't you turn off the TV? He goes, yeah. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I saw you turn it off, but I came home and it's on.
Yeah.
And nothing, it's like something was playing, but it shut off or something. Or it was like a white flash, which usually happens when it goes back to home screen. So, I mean, something was watching TV, I guess.
I guess.
So I'm like, it was just chilling on the bed watching TV, I guess. Because the remote was not originally on the bed. It was on this desk here. And all of a sudden it's on the bed. Yeah. I forgot to tell you about that part.
Wait, what?
Of it being on the bed. I don't know if I told you about that part or not. No, I told you. I told you on the phone, but I didn't tell you this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. So that happened, and then me and her started hearing some like weird sounds, like scraping against like the wall, and weird stuff like that. And we come to pinpoint what that sound exactly was, and I'll show you in a second. I'll show up blips of the video on the actual screen. And record
another sound we hear is like, you know how wind will wail or moan going across the apartment or house or where else.
Yeah.
You'll hear it wailing mine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'll be where it's not even windy.
No.
And all of a sudden we'll hear it wailing mine, but it's like not wind. It's like mourning sad.
Like a
It's
really.
like a woman or a child
Yeah.
sitting there crying. I've heard a child scream a couple times. We've
Yeah.
heard a child talking, and we don't know where this girl is.
Yeah, like.
It's not outside.
Yeah.
It's not in here. We all know where this girl is, and it's just talking. Because I heard it 3 times one time.
I heard her once. Yeah.
Yeah. The third time, I go like, now do you hear? Because I sit there and kept saying, I hear some girl talking.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't hear anything. And the third time, I'm like, did you hear that? Did you literally hear a girl giggle? And he's like, yeah, I did hear it. And it sounded like it was coming from the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there's nothing there. There's no kid here.
It's really disturbing, yeah. And what was really creepy was like all this stuff was going on, right? And one day the activity wasn't so thick. I think it was the same day you mentioned the girl giggling. And I was like, I didn't believe her at first. I was like, what are you talking about? There ain't no weird stuff here. And then I heard it and I was like, that sounded like it was in the kitchen. And like we both agreed on that. We both looked, nothing was there. So we just kind of like.
There's no kids running around outside either because they're all inside for dinner.
Well, yeah, it's close to 10 o'clock at night when we're talking, and it's already dark, so all the kids are already inside.
Yeah.
So there's no kids outside. We looked, and
there
was like
teenagers running around at like 6 o'clock, but there's no. We looked outside. There was no one there.
It was nothing.
No one.
And also here's the thing is that like so me and her were having some personal stuff, and me and her were kind of moody at each other, so we weren't really talking. And I went outside to go make me some ramen because I was hungry. I was like, I know we're kind of moody right now. I'm probably moody because I'm hungry, so I might as well go eat so we can work on us. And I went out there and I saw this really creepy face thing staring at me for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. And I don't believe in paranormal stuff heavily. I'll be honest. I don't believe in that stuff really, nor do I care for it. I find it interesting, but I don't care for it. And then when I saw this thing, I was like, yep, that ain't human. This is not fake. This is real. And this is starting to scare me a little bit. And me and her both have been seeing this thing before. And I actually saw it, I saw it in the corner. It just kind of had like the side glance at me, pale skin, and this, that, and the other. And then I saw something again. I went to go use the bathroom one time. And
that was literally like 4 days ago.
Yeah,
4 days ago in the morning. It was 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
I went to get dressed before I went to bed. And
yeah, so it was like 10 o'clock, in the morning, and we'd had a long day. So I wasn't tired. I knew I was fully awake. I hadn't been up longer than about 10 hours or so. And I had plenty of coffee, so I knew I was awake. I wasn't like wired or anything, but I was awake enough to know what was going on. So I was sitting there washing my hands. I was about to go, do my normal thing, and I start to go like this because the mirror's here, the shower curtain's here. So, of course I'll be showing this in a video in the pop screen over here. But so literally, I was staring at the screen, the mirror, and I start to move to go wash my hands, and I see something out of the corner of my eye in the mirror. I have no idea what it is, but I'm like, whatever. So like I said, I don't care for this stuff. So I'm like, whatever. I'm probably just seeing things. So I turn around, I go to clean, and next thing I know, the shower curtain's swinging back and forth. I have not touched it. I am like 2 feet away from it. And there's no reason for it to be moving. And I see a tiny black fingertip or claw or something, like just disappear behind it. So here I am, the hairs on the back of my neck are standing up. So I'm like, oh crap, what the heck is this? And it's starting to really piss me off by this point because I'm like, I don't believe in this stuff. So whoever's playing this joke is about to get right hooked in the face. So I opened up the curtain and go, whoop-ah! But nothing was there. Absolutely nothing.
No.
Nothing. So the reason, yeah. That, and then there's like the keychain thing that swivels sometimes. The paper moves, the AC's not even on. And we've been experiencing cold spots randomly throughout the room that have no logical explanation. Like, for instance, like, it doesn't get below, like, I think it's like 70 degrees, 75 in here, 75, 78. Does that sound right? Yeah. So
last night we were trying to go to sleep, and just like one moment I'm breathing warm air because we're underneath the blanket.
Yeah.
Next minute it feels like I'm literally breathing like dragon smoke when you breathe and there's like a fog cloud rolls. It literally felt like I was breathing dragon smoke, and I'm like, I'm not opening my eyes. I'm not doing this. Not again. But it's like literally, it felt like something was standing right there watching us sleep.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, like, I'll go outside and randomly it'll feel like it's 50 degrees. And
Which
like
actually,
I said,
right before that happened though, we heard this keychain going off again, the paper and keychain moving again.
Yeah.
And then literally 2 seconds later, I'm breathing cold air and feeling like something's staring at us.
Yeah, and here's
like that cold, dead stare.
Yeah, almost. So, like, me and her both kind of, like, encountered this thing, and she's seen it, like, in a shadowy form in the hallway before.
Yeah.
And, it tried to mess with her, and she closed the door. I was, like, sick as a dog when that was happening, so I was not aware what was going on.
I went to use the restroom. He's like, he's sick, and he fell asleep, so I'm like, okay. Well, I went to go use the restroom. It was on my phone. I went to come out of the restroom. I closed the door behind me. I turn around, and there's this figure that just is, like, for a minute there, is just standing there like this, looking at me.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know is like this, twice the size, like it's fixing to sit there and fucking grab me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like we're twice the size, and I felt myself turn pale. It was freezing in the hallway for some reason. And when I went to run into the room, it felt literally, with trying to get into the room, it felt like something was stopping me. And then when I went to close the door, something was stopping the door from closing. And I locked it.
Yeah.
And ever since that, I literally watched the door for 2 hours, sitting over in the corner.
Yeah, there's also another incident where, I know that you were talking about, like, so I was at work, right? And I was like, because I wasn't fully convinced at this point in time either. All this weird stuff was going on. I saw the thing with the Kern, whatever. And I still wasn't fully convinced until, like, we were sitting there on a phone call.
This was before you were sick, though.
Yeah, this was before I was sick. So I was sitting there, we were on the phone call because I like to be on the phone with her, and because I'm overnight at my work, I can be on call with her. So I was on phone call with her, and then she's like sitting there, and she's like, oh, I'm going to go do something real quick. So she leaves the room. Next thing I know, I'm hearing this knocking sound, like, right? And it's like this 3 firm knocks on the door, right? Yeah, something like that. And she comes back, and I'm like, who was knocking on the door? She's like, no one was knocking on the door. And I was like, I'm not kidding you. Why? Like, you better not be pulling my leg right now. Who was knocking on the door? She's like, I was out there talking to a cat.
Yeah, I was literally out there. We'll probably show you, but I was like, the curtain was partially closed because I had the hallway light on, for doing laundry. Because I went to go do laundry, and it felt like something was there, but I turned around, nothing was there, so I'm like, okay, nothing's going on. And I went to go do that, and he told me out knocking. That's when I started really paying attention to things. Mm-hmm. So I left the door cracked. I left the curtain partially cracked out there so I could watch things. So if something moved, I knew that this thing was like back. Because I saw it that one time, and I'm like a little aware. And I stood there and watched it, and all of a sudden the door, you know how sometimes you'll jerk a door like this? The door did that.
Yeah, basically.
It's like I was watching or else, and it's like I looked away. And I looked back at it and immediately did that. And it scared me so bad. He literally had to come pick me up.
Yeah, because I was on the phone with her, and she literally, I overheard her, and she's like, because my actual, like, in our personal day-to-day life, she literally calls me Kitty. So she was like, Kitty, something's been going on. I was like, yeah, I know what the knocking sounds. So just stay calm, stay in the room, you're okay. I was like, I'll come see you for lunch. I'll come check it out, you know, because I have a hour lunch break. So I was going to come see her from my lunch break, and next thing I know, you know, this is before my lunch break, and it's like 11 o'clock or something like that by this point.
12.
No, oh yeah, it was 12. So it was after my first break, and I'm sitting here, like, you know, going back to work. I was like, oh yeah, here I am doing my job at Home Depot, working with boxes, right? Next thing I know, I hear this scream, like, ah! Like, this loud, high-pitched, like, total fear scream. Like, I've never heard her scream like this before. And that was whenever everything inside me was like, there's something not right here. So I literally told my boss, I was like, I need to go get my girl. You might laugh at me for this, but I need to go get my girl right now. He's like, what's going on? I was like, you won't believe me even if I tell you. And I said, I half believe it myself, but now I start to truly believe that there's something going on. So I drove all the way here. I grabbed her. We went back to my work. My boss was lucky enough to let me take her inside, which he's not supposed to, but given the circumstances, he allowed me to take her in. So she was able to sit in the training room and everything was fine. But both of us couldn't get over that sensation of what was going on. And we've been finding out, like, all this weird stuff has been going on. And, like, recently, like, it's still been going on. And it's so frustrating because we keep seeing it. And then today, I watched a video, and I'm going to show it in this cap for, like, a minute. It's probably going to edit or something.
Details.
It's a man, or close to a man.
Wrinkled, skinny.
Really skinny.
He looks skinny.
He's smiling.
He's grinning.
He smiles down at us.
Almost looks like the corners of his mouth got smudged.
Looks like he's wearing a mask.
It's too wide. But his eyes,
Looking down with wow. His eyes are big.
They're big.
they've got this glint in them.
Speckle of light in them.
Honestly, it's unsettling.
Of course it's frightening. That kind of power should be.
I don't like looking at it. I don't like it.
It's beautiful.
A black hoodie or something walking back and forth. He's like going this way, but I've seen it go this way twice. And every time I look up, it moves. Like it's walking by.
Weird.
I've noticed it since we started the video that it's like, okay, maybe it's just a person doing stuff or Papa Cat or something, but what?
I keep thinking something's looking at me through the closet's weird. Ugh. Anyways,
I feel like someone's behind us too, but
yeah.
I don't know, they're just gonna sit there and say it's this way.
Yeah, and I'm literally not making this up, guys. I wish I was. I so wish this was all fake.
Here in a minute, I may use my phone to try to catch whatever's outside because it keeps going.
Yeah.
Literally, I keep seeing like it's 1 minute standing there, next minute it's gone, and we only have one broken blind, so you can't really see much but black.
Yeah.
So,
But-
where is my phone?
I don't know.
Here's
But
my phone. I'm gonna video this just to try to catch this, whatever it is.
yeah, so we bought ourselves some cameras so we bought ourselves some cameras so that we can try to catch whatever is going on here, whether we're at home or not at home or whatever. And I'll be honest, guys, like, this is some of the weirdest crap I've ever dealt with. Like, I've dealt with, okay, so I'll be honest. Life is not always an easy thing to deal with, but
No.
this is like the most unexplainable weird stuff that has ever happened to me in my entire life. Like, I've moved 19 times, I've dealt with being bullied, I've dealt with being raped, I've dealt with all sorts of crazy stuff. But this is something that is new and I have no experience in. So if you guys have watched this 20-something minute video, or however long this video is, thank you for watching it. Please take this seriously. I'm not joking right now. We need any help we can get. Any advice, any YouTube channels that you guys know of that is here, local in Austin, Texas, of ghost hunters or anything like that, that might know how to deal with this, because I've done my part. As far as like religious stuff goes, as far as Christian stuff goes, I've done my part. I've done every Christian method that my parents ever taught me as far as dealing with this stuff goes. Like, I've literally, like, I have a thing up here, like, with scripture and stuff on it. And yes, I am a Christian. I'm not a Muslim, I'm not a Judas, or whatever you call it. Not a Buddhist, it's Judaism. I don't know what you call those. Old-fashioned Christians, I guess. But, yeah, like... No?
Because my hands are shaking.
Yeah, but anyways, but I'm literally not kidding you guys. Like, we'll be walking around the house and then suddenly we'll just get random goosebumps up and down our back for no reason. And I've been hearing and seeing, so here's a few things that I do know, is that when you get that, apparently spirits are watching you from what I've heard. And then the second thing of what I do know is that I heard a lot of ghost hunters say that mirrors are portals. But here's the weird part, is that, like, I think that is true, but I think that there's something going on with, like, photographs of people, even. And, it almost feels like the photographs of the people are almost watching you. Like, almost as if the photographs have a spirit of their own. It's weird. So, I wish I was making this up. I wish this was fake. I'm literally not kidding you guys. It's freaky, and it's starting to really get on my nerves. And if you guys know anything, have any ideas of what this could be, please comment below. Please share this. And not for famous sake, but for my genuine health and my help.
Yeah, to help us out.
To help us out, please blow this up. Not in a good way. Like, please send this to anyone you know that has been dealing with this stuff or knows what this is. All the images that I've given you, please feel free to use those to show whoever might be wanting to watch this video. We really need help, and yeah, please help. So I hope you guys are having a good one, and I'm hoping to make more lighthearted content. I'm sorry this video is not that lighthearted content that I normally make, but this cannot be stressed enough. When life hits you hard, you gotta get help. So please, my 27 followers, please help me on YouTube, and my 3,000 on TikTok, please help. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share this, and help us with whatever you can. Please comment below, and hope you guys are having a good day.